What is your general view on the granting of sole source contracts for goods and services needed by the city? And follow up, is there a specific maximum dollar level above which any contract should always be subject to the RFP process?
Frankly, that is an issue that I'm not expert in. You know, the glib answer would be that I don't really care. You know, if the government is spending money, you know, for any contract, with any service, with any vendor, you know, we need to be making a profit on the deal. If we're spending money, you know, whether that's music concerts or waste management or whatever, you know, if we are not getting our dollar value back, you know, I'm opposed to it. And coupled with that, I'd say if we do such deals, you know, we should take any means necessary to ensure profitability for the city. You know, the city of Jacksonville is a corporation, and we must have a corporate attitude towards how we do the right thing for the people. So, and that's like the Trail Ridge thing with all the landfill stuff. I know it's a big deal and people like to argue about it, you know, but to me, I just don't care. Like arguing over trash, arguing over all this garbage that should have been recycled anyway, is exactly how we got to this point in time. And if I get into the city council, when they're having these arguments, I'll be there saying, you know, they can argue about the trash. I'll be thinking about how we deal with the next generation of trash. You know, and again, recycling. If we took the ball and got it rolling in a serious way on recycling in the city, we could reduce our physical waste, you know, by a huge amount, and eliminate the need, well, not eliminate, but forestall the need for a new landfill project in the next few years, which is inevitable. It's coming, you know, and also it would be profitable and it would generate jobs. You know, that's what you could do with all your unskilled labor in Jacksonville. All these homeless guys that have nothing to do. Tell people to put the recyclables in bags, have a centralized location somewhere, maybe out by where the landfill is, and let people come and sort the trash, you know. Pay them $8 an hour to do that, you know. No one else is really doing serious recycling projects in the Southeast. We could truck all their stuff in. You know, we've got all these roads and bridges and rail lines that we built anyway. Bring the stuff in through there. You know, why not? One of the things I would do, I would say to the, you know, you want to talk about waste management, I'd say to the bars and clubs of this city, bars, clubs, restaurants, and whatnot, we'll push last call back to 3 a.m. if in return you recycle all of your glass, all of your plastic, and all of your aluminum. You know, the savings, you know, it would cost them next to nothing to just put that stuff in bags, especially if it doesn't need to be sorted, you know, and they would make extra money off the last call thing, and that'd be good for everyone. But we have to change the way we think about government and how government relates to the people. You know, the politics as usual, the way governance has been done traditionally has been exposed as a complete failure. You know, everything that we've tried to do, we've ended up doing almost the opposite of what we need to do. And it's not because anyone's bad people. You know, it's, you know, we don't make these rules. You know, the rules don't work. We have to change the rules. Any rules that don't help the people are illegitimate rules in my view.
We have a time crunch. Let me ask you what you would do if elected to encourage transparency in government operations, public access to government, public participation in the city council process.
Well, it's I think that my mere running for this office has already enhanced the transparency. I've already brought thousands of new voters, you know, people who would otherwise not be paying attention to any of the local issues, to the table. When you look up my website on the Facebook or the Twitter or whatnot, you see the phone number there. That's my personal number. You call that number, it rings in my pocket. You know, and it's the same number I'll have if I go to the city council. My attitude, it's the same as when I was a journalist, or still am. You know, I have no personal life. There is no line between business and personal. If I get on the council, you know, it'll be transparent because everything I do will be in public view. People want to lobby me, fine. You can come and lobby me, and you'll have 20 people sitting there watching you lobby. You know, they'll put it all up on the web. You know, I was thinking actually of having a little YouTube chat show called the Smoke-Filled Room, like a literal smoke-filled room where we bring in lobbyists to just openly like offer whatever solicitations they want to offer, and let the people vote on whether or not to take the deal. You know, it's like, so that's one example. The rest is, you know, we have to have a vigilant citizenry. What groups like you are doing, Leading Women Voters, RAP, etc. District 14 is a very active, you know, committed district. You know, we're almost like a self-sustaining city. We're one of the few districts that, you know, if we had to, could be a self-sustaining citizen. I mean, a self-sustaining city. You know, town. You know, whatever. And you know, government is. What did Reagan say? You know, government is not the answer to the problems. Government is the problem, or something like that. Their job is not to be transparent. You know, this is power is about power. You know, why would they want? Why would anyone in a position of control want to cede that control to someone else? You know, I say always, you know, if I win this office, I'm only going to serve one term, and then pass it on to someone else. You know, I'll go and do something else. You know, most people won't do that. You know, most politicians, you know, especially now, they'll do anything to stick around. And as long as you understand that, as long as people understand that, you know, politics is fundamentally corrupt, fundamentally shady, you know, and they will almost always do the wrong thing unless they're forced to do the right thing. You know, we'll all be on the same page, and we can all, like, you know, move forward together. You know?
We understand that.
Yes, we do. You guys are experts.
All right, so Mr. Hall, what distinguishes you from your opponents and specifically makes you, and not them, the right choice for the voters in your contest? I believe yours is a particularly crowded race.
Yes, 6 people. Well, let me say first that I've met most of the candidates. I'll be meeting the rest of them tonight, the candidates forum. I hope you'll all be out there at the Cummer, 6 p.m. They're all nice people. They're all intelligent, capable people. District 14 will be just fine no matter who wins this race. They're, you know, they're capable. There's 40,000 registered voters in this district. Probably 5,000 other people could do the job just as well or better, but it's a matter of how. The difference between me and all candidates running for all offices on any level, anywhere right now in this phase ahead is that I've spent my entire adult life, you know, looking at these issues, asking these questions, you know, seeing, hearing, you know, being exposed to things that most people would not want to, you know, even think about. And I bring a base of experiences and contacts, you know, that no one else does. If I win this race, it's automatically a big deal. You know, I see myself as a salesman for the city. You know, I can get on the phone and call people, you know, outside of town and bring them here. I have media contacts, bands, artists, whatnot. You know, we have to improve the national reputation of Jacksonville. We have to make this, return this to being a place where people want to come. We got to get those snowbirds back. You know, this winter, this frozen winter that's happening up in the north, we should be making millions of dollars off of this. People should be down here, flocking down here by the thousands, all across northeast Florida. You know, of course, we're going to go down to South Beach, whatever, but we can bring them up here too. You know, it's a matter of will. You know, I represent a constituency that we have not yet established our financial security. My friends, my family members, we're working every day to make sure that we have something for the future, make sure our kids can go to college and all that. We have a vested interest in making sure that this city doesn't go into the tank, you know. And the good old boys, the people who built this city, need to understand that if we don't start moving forward and getting things done right now, they're in danger of seeing everything they've worked all their lives to achieve dismantled before their eyes. You know, I don't want, you know, we know little enough about our city's history as it is without like going backwards. And I think all the candidates in this race feel the same way, you know, and we're just going to have a good time, run a good, clean campaign, see who wins. Thank you.
Okay, assuming that concerned taxpayers of Duval County were to officially endorse you, what actions, if any, would you take to inform the electorate of that fact?
I would, I'd probably have I would announce it on Twitter, I would announce it on Facebook, I'd have a nice photograph with all of us. It would, you know, perhaps videotape the session. It would be a good time. You know, you endorsing me, it's good for both of us, you know, because, I don't know. This is where I was planning to start crying like Hillary and say, I just don't want to go back, but, you know, I'm not going to do that. We're going to have a good time. You know, District 14 will be fine no matter what, but it's a question of what about the city. We have to take a leadership role in the city, and the city has to take a leadership role in the state. And fundamentally, it's like I wrote in my column 10 years ago, the future of this country depends on what happens in Northeast Florida in the decade ahead. And we've seen in the last decade what that meant. You know, we can't have another decade of that.
All right, the last